Yes, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at quadratic equation. Today we're going to be looking at what? Quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is any equation that is of this form. Are you looking at the form? Any equation that is of the form ax squared or as to the power 2 plus bx plus c equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. Is that clear? So any equation of this form is a quadratic equation. Example is this. Are you seeing this? 2x squared plus 3x plus 4 equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. Now, in every quadratic equation, the highest power of x is 2. The highest power of x is what? 2. And all these a, b, c are all numbers. All a, b, c are all what? Numbers. In this equation that you're giving as an example, what's the value of a? 2. What's the value of b? What's the value of c?
4.
Is that clear? Any equation that has the highest value of x, power of x as 2, and has all these a, b, c, d represented as numbers is known as what? Quadratic expression. It's known as what? So what you should be looking at is that word. Quadratic simply means 2. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, how do we solve this equation? For you to solve a quadratic equation, what you are expected to do is to find the value of x. Is to find the value of what? X. Is to find the value of what? X. So whenever you're given a quadratic equation, which is any equation that has this form, example is this, and you're told to solve, what the person wants you to do is to find the value of what? X. Is to find the value of what? X. So here in this equation, a, b, and c are numbers, and the highest power of x is what? 2. That is how you know a quadratic equation. Any equation that is of this form and have the highest value of x, power of x as what? 2. Is that clear? So I want somebody to give me an example of quadratic equation. Where is my duster? Somebody should give me a quick example of quadratic equation. Please take my duster. Yes, please, give me an example of quadratic equation. Sharp, sharp. 7x squared, good, plus 8x minus 5 equal to what? 0. This is a quadratic equation. Why? Because the highest power of x is what? 2. Is that clear? Another person should give me another example of quadratic expression. Yeah, brother, you. 6x squared plus 2x minus 5 equal to 0. Perfect. You give me an example of a quadratic equation. Sharp, 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 sharp. Don't delay our class. 8x squared plus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Make sure you put equal to 0. Is that clear? All these are examples of quadratic equation. So now that you've understood what a quadratic equation is, now how do we solve a quadratic equation? I told us that to solve a quadratic equation, so let's find the value of x, is it not? So how do you solve? We have two major methods that we are going to be evaluating today. Number one is by factorization, and number two is by formula. Number one is by what? Factorization. And number two is by what? Formula. Number one is by what? Factorization. Number two is by what? Formula. Once I'm done with this, you should be able to solve every quadratic equation. Is that clear? Now, if you're given a quadratic equation to solve in JAM class, are we listening? Kosa, if you are given a quadratic equation to solve in JAM class, if you are using factorization method, you may not be able to get the solution. You understand? But if you use by formula, there is no quadratic equation that you cannot solve by formula. Is that clear? So instead of guessing the 2, you just use straight using by formula. Is that clear? And I told you that you need to devise a way of answering your question faster when you're in JAM board. Is that clear? This is one of the ways. Now, so let's evaluate these two methods. Where's my duster? Let's evaluate these two methods. So let's look at by factorization first, then we look at by formula. I hope you're copying the notes. Make sure you have the notes. I will be checking your notes. So let's given an example, x squared plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. Now we want to solve this using by factorization. Using by what? Factorization. Now how do you solve using factorization? First thing, multiply the one with the highest, the coefficient of the highest power of x with the constant. Is that clear? This times this will give us what? 10x squared. Is that?
Yes.
Now, find, you can write the solution. Now, find two numbers that when you add them up, it will give you 7. Then when you multiply them, it will give you this multiple that you've gotten. What are those two numbers? 2 and 5. Why? Because if you say 2x plus 5x, what will you get? You will get 7x. If you also say 2x times 5x, you get 10x squared. Is it not? So you found 2 and 5. Now put those 2 and 5 inside this equation. So you simply have x squared plus this plus 10 equal to 0. You are replacing your 7x with 2x plus 5x because it's the same thing. Is it not? Is it not? So this is the expression you are having now. Is that clear? This expression is the same thing as this. Only that you replace 7x with 2x and 5x. Is that clear? Are we together? Kosa, is that clear? Now, since you found this, now factorize. What is common between this and this? X. So you bring it out and you now have x plus 2. Is it not? Plus, what is common between this and this? 5. You bring out the 5. Now you have x plus 2. Because if you open this bracket, you get 5 times x. 5x. 5 times 2, 10. Equal to 0. So whenever you have what is here to be equal to what is here, you just bring out only one. So you have x plus 2. This and this are the same. Then you bring out this one. X plus 5 equal to 0. So that is your solution. So finally, if you take 2 over to this side, you have x equal to minus what? 2. If you take 5 over to this one, you have x equal to minus what? 5. So that is the solution. Write it down. Write it down. In subsequent classes, we are going to be looking at how to solve by formula method. I hope you understood what I said. So let me take it one by one. First of all, once you're given the equation, multiply what is having here, what you're having in as the first factor here with the constant. You have this. Now, get two multiples or two numbers or two expressions that when you add them up, you get what is in the middle. Or when you multiply them, you get what you got here. So use those two things and replace what you have in this middle. Factorize and then solve down. So that is the solution. Please, if you like this our video, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, drop it on the comment section. Like and share our video so that your friends can see them. Thank you and God bless you.